So I think first impression is that they say that this one is like a simpler version of things that I can kind of tell why, because there's not much interaction that's going on. So what goes down is this, that as far as they are concerned is that um, is that they want Operation Z is that the rule book is that very much asking that, okay, I'm my core objective is this. I want to actually find out. I want to actually merge whatever's that's whatever that's available to me. So for this case, when you see it, is that these guys can merge, so I straight away merge them. That's as far as I'm concerned. So when I think about that, straight away I will think of like Operation Y, which is that how do I know like there's the interaction that's going on. First way is like the visual way of like seeing things, which is what I'm saying, or I can use like the math to actually prove it. Visually I can see that this thing is like having the interaction, but what is the math way? The math way will be in terms of like this way. So say this guy is like some form of like challenger, and this guy is based off the rule book. We have the starting and we have the end, and we have the starting and the end. This is S1, S2, E2. So by any forms, if say that my S2 is more than your E1, there's some form of like interaction that's actually going on. And not only that, I think this is the main thing, in my opinion at least, for the interaction to actually go on. So this way Operation Y, I tell that these guys are like interacting. And now the question is like, why did they like suggest of like highlighting? So what they actually suggest over here was that, okay, I want to actually highlight all the starting points. And what's the good of me highlighting all this? Like say the starting points, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So like my take is this, that that you can actually identify the ranking. So you can actually identify the ranking of like all the items. So for this very case is that maybe say that there's a ranking box that's actually occurring over here, right? So number one, rank 1, I have this number 2 guy, and the next guy I have this 15 guy. Like the last guy is the 15, the last guy is the 15 guy, followed by the 8, followed by the 2, followed by the 1. That's the intuition that I'm getting if you say you sort the starting. So at least you know which guy comes first. So then you're gonna like use this order to actually check for the interaction, if there's using this to check whether there's interaction or not by using this order. So you check this guy and this guy first, is there interaction, and there is, so you combine it. So operation N is very much of like combining it, so you can combine if got interaction, right? And for this case, it's going to combine these two items, and you're going to refer to this again, this guy and this guy, is there any interaction based on the math or based on this operation? Check this with the operation, and then you conclude to the system that okay, for whatever they want, it can be sending back like the total results of this item that's been combined or what's or not. So the thing is this, like each utility has its own tool, like so say for example we gotten all the stats, right? So this guy over here was very much to actually allow us to actually get the ranks of these folks. Like what I'm trying to say here is each operation has its own utility. Getting the vision, getting the math is very much for me to actually say that okay, is there any interaction between the items, or rather is there any overlap between the items or not? Because whether there's like overlap, the rulebook gonna decide if it's good or bad. Okay, the rulebook is gonna decide. So based on the rank, the rulebook is gonna decide something. Similarly for this, so yep, with that I think everything comes to an end.